President and Mrs. Obama led the nation in a moment of silence to honor the victims of the rampage that left U.S. Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords critically wounded. Nearby, another somber scene as hundreds of congressional staffers gathered on the steps of the Capitol to pay tribute to the Democratic Congresswoman and other victims of the attack, including an aide to Giffords and a federal court judge who were killed. For many here, the Arizona shooting hits close to home. Antonio Valenzuela grew up in Tucson but now works in Washington. He laid flowers at a makeshift memorial at the Capitol.
This is a terrible tragedy that we feel really, really bad about. I mean, it's that somebody can just do something like this, especially this is my hometown.
Flags at the Capitol and other public buildings are being flown at half-staff this week to honor the dead. There have also been calls for both political parties to tone down the rhetoric and partisan discord. Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton.
The message to cool it ought to be clear from this.
Meanwhile, on Monday, the alleged shooter Jared Loughner appeared in federal court in Phoenix. He was charged with murdering 2 federal employees and the attempted assassination of a member of Congress. On Saturday, Congresswoman Giffords was meeting with constituents when she was shot in the head. A 9-year-old girl was among those killed by the gunman. It's not clear whether he was motivated by anti-government rhetoric or hate groups. At the hospital, doctors remain optimistic about the victims, including Congresswoman Giffords. Dr. Michael Lamole said part of her skull has been removed to alleviate swelling that could cause pressure on the brain.
We're not out of the woods yet. That swelling can sometimes take 3 days or 5 days to maximize, but every day that goes by and we don't see an increase, we're slightly more optimistic.
Congresswoman Giffords had voted for the controversial health reform bill passed in March. Federal authorities say Giffords was one of at least 10 House Democrats harassed for their support of the bill. Congresswoman Allison Schwartz from Pennsylvania received death threats, and the suspect was arrested and jailed.
No, it was a phone call. He said he was going to come and kill us, and he had guns, and he was going to do it. So, police took that. We took that seriously. The police took that very seriously.
Death ID's out.
Thank you.
Security in and around the Capitol was heightened, and new security measures are being discussed. Officials are trying to put together protection for lawmakers that balances security with the ability to meet freely with constituents, as Congresswoman Giffords was doing when she was shot.
Murder and
Chris
attempted
Simkins,
murder.
VOA News,
Those who know the
Washington.
22-year-old say